I should do that actually, shouldn't I? Hey, Nay. What you doing? My dog was sitting here snoring so loud. I just made a TikTok and the whole time, the only thing you hear is her snoring. Hi, Pixie. Why does it look like I have so much more hair now that my hair's dark? I wonder why. Why is that? You know what? Now that I look down, Nene, it's saying that for mine too. Like it's not lit. I wonder why. It's so strange, isn't it? That's what I was trying to tell you guys. Like sometimes I can't post these lives on YouTube. It's like it won't let me download it or something. It just occasionally. So that's why like I'm not super well, sometimes I'm just not consistent with it because I'm busy, but when someone like people start asking me to post them, I'll sit down and I'll do it and I'm like, why isn't this working? Like why all of a sudden is TikTok not cooperating with me right now? I just always go with it. I'm like, you know, everything happens for a reason, right? Oh, okay, so Pixie was able to share, but me and Nene can't share. I guess as long as somebody can share, right? I never share it because I actually never clicked on it to share it though, so I can't. Hi, user. So I have a lot of you guys were getting the meditations yesterday. I still have that for sale. So you can get all 5 of them for the price of 1. And I just like to remind you guys, if you don't have the ebooks and you like to read, I think I'm going to write another ebook soon. I'm feeling that I have so much stuff going on in my mind, but I think I want to write another one. You know, the more I do these practices, I get more clear on things so I can explain it just in a different way. So that's really what the ebooks are, right? It's all the same stuff, the same way I talk about it. It's just I'm able to explain it in different ways and it sinks in a little bit better. So I think I'm going to write another ebook soon. But right now you can get all 3 of them for the one price. So that's in my link and the meditations are in my link. And also guys, listen, if you like what I talk about, right, and you love this stuff and how I explain it, get into the membership because I post these reminders every day. We do Zooms every now and then. I'm going to try to get on a little bit of a routine with the Zoom soon, the more that people jump in. And also, if you're in the membership, it's cheap. It's a monthly membership. You don't have to stay in it if you don't like it. You can actually get Lazy Manifesting for like nothing. you can get the audio. Because I know a lot of people ask about it and like, when are you going to put it on sale? When are you going to jump in the membership? Even if it's just for a month, you'll probably stay because it's awesome. And you'll get Lazy Manifesting. You'll get it. You'll get the whole audio. But in that membership, it's constant. It's reminders all day long to keep you going with these practices, to keep you dedicated to these practices, right? Constantly settling yourself down. When you find yourself having a little dip, to pick yourself up and go do something, pick up the momentum of that. So it's those kinds of reminders, knowing that you can't make a mistake, right? So it's stuff. I didn't get one yet, Pixie. I had one from yesterday, my refresher. I feel like I have a frog in my throat right now. I got one yesterday, and then I had like two. I have one in the freezer. I always have them lingering around, but I had my new one yesterday. So after this live, I'm going to go out, and I'm going to go tanning, and I'm going to go get my refresher. Hi, JC. Oh, so, okay. So I wonder if it's because I'm on my phone. Cece, hi, Cece. I'm waiting for my hoodie to come with my new logo on it too, so I can wear it on here. Have you ever been worried about losing your job? No, because when you do these practices more often, Christy, let me say what Christy said. Christy said, have you ever been worried about losing your job or losing your home? Now, before I knew what I know, yes, that would have scared me. But because I know how this reality works, Christy, and I've been doing my practices for a while, I know it's just releasing something that doesn't serve me anymore to bring in something better. So you have to know how this works and do these practices for a little bit for those things not to scare you. Normally those things would scare you, but we know now that when we're asking for change, you're either going with the change or you're fighting against the change. We all want better. There's nobody here on this planet that's living this experience that doesn't want to live their best lives. You're lying if you say you don't. It's really based off, are you going towards it, or are you keeping it, are you not going towards it? Are you keeping it away from you? Are you keeping your blessings from you? So if you lose your car, if you lose your job, if you lose your home, it's most likely, and you panic, it's because you're not getting this yet. You've been asking for more and you're moving towards more. If you can see that as a positive thing and stay calm, you'll see very quickly how it's going to work in your favor in amazing ways. That's what I'm trying to help you guys see. But most of us can't get out of that repetitive story that doesn't serve us. We just keep repeating it. We keep panicking. We keep falling victim to it over and over again. So that's what I'm trying to, I get better at trying to help people with this and explain this. I've had everything happen to me, so nobody can give me any story anymore. You have to want it. It's number one is you have to want it. You don't have to believe. You don't have to believe. That's one thing I've understood in this. You don't have to believe in any of this. You don't have to believe it. You just have to want it. You have to want it. And from there, you have to keep doing these practices. Everything will start to click and make sense. Hi, Lilani. How are you? I wanted it. I wanted it more than my circumstances. Like, even though things kept happening, I wanted it bad enough that I had to keep doing it over and over again, showing up for myself over and over again. I want to live this amazing life that Abraham Hicks talks about, and Bashar talks about, and Eckhart and all these teachers talk about. I want to live this amazing life. So I had to really stop reacting to the things that didn't feel good to me anymore. I had to find a way to stay calm and positive in those situations. And the more you do that, better replaces it. Better and best will replace it. It's understanding that energy doesn't lie. It's always giving you where you're at. So if it's still affecting you, if it's still upsetting you, you have to be honest with yourself and say, okay, I just got to keep doing these practices because I want this. So I'm going to keep doing it over and over again. Does that make sense, Christy? Exactly, Pixie. Things are happening for us, not to hurt us. They're happening for us. They're happening to help us, to guide us to best and better. Oh, Lalani, that's awesome. You felt relief, right? Is you feeling relief afterwards? It's like, oh, yes. Okay. I love it, Linda. Oh, JC. You are beautiful. You are all beautiful. You're breaking down the programming and the conditioning that ever told you at all that you were not. I love that, Green. Yeah, so I don't really teach it that way, like most people teach to do something to get something. I don't teach it that way. No affirmations or anything like that. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything at all. It's more about releasing what doesn't serve you, learning how to not react to the stories that don't feel good in your experience now. It doesn't, people always say, well, what if I have to respond? I don't care what you say. I just want you to be calm when you do it and do your best to not engage, right? If anything, over the phone is better because you can calm yourself down and just say, okay, that's fine. That works for me. Just be agreeable. Be very agreeable because you know what you're moving towards now. You know what it's best and better state. You understand this, but no one else does. Other people want to panic and they want, that's because everybody is where they are in understanding this. But since you know more, you know not to panic. You know better's always taking its place. You know everything always works out for you, right? You know you're always moving towards better and best. So once you know that, there's no need to have to interact with anyone and, react to anyone, react to anything anymore because you know more now. Oh yeah, Liv, whatever you got to do, girl, right? Seriously, guys. I say, guys, I'm here to help you if I have all this stuff out here to help you guys, but in the end, you're going to find your own ways as well. You're going to find what helps you stay calm in those moments. You can come up with a million different things. That's what my audio is. It's just different ways to help soothe you in those moments. It doesn't matter what you say to yourself. You just got to find a way to not interact with things that don't serve you anymore, right? I said you can speak to someone in a totally different language. It doesn't matter. You have to find a way to stay calm. Hi from San Diego, Don. How are you? Yay, Lalani, I'm so happy. Yeah, so they're so powerful, the meditations. And what's funny about the meditations, guys? I'm gonna be truthfully honest with you. Sometimes I'll go back to them like when I feel like it. You listen to each one for a while, Lalani, and I'm telling you, you're going to have such positive shifts in your energy. You're not going to have to listen to them forever because once you get that down, because they're very unlimited, they're very limitless, they're very open mind, like they're so limitless. They're so limitless, my meditations. You're going to love them. You're going to love them. They're going to totally shift your energy and shift your mood to more positive. But you won't have to listen to them forever because once you have that in your mind and that's how you're experiencing life now, right? Because we get it now. We get that this experience is based off just belief systems. So now we're allowing better ones to take the place of the ones that don't serve us anymore, right? And we can't do that if we keep reacting to the ones that don't serve us. So that's what my meditations are. They're very, very unlimited. You're going to love them. Oh, I'm so happy. Yes, yes. And what's another thing that's good about them, guys, my meditations, they're not just for nighttime. Listen to them during the day. There's great wisdom and, words in that, powerful, unlimited words. So, I used to listen to them not just at night as I was going to sleep, but I would listen to them throughout the day too. What do we do if we are hyper aware of the triggers we are thinking? So if you're hyper aware, you just have to relax your body. That's all you can do in that moment. Balloon, red balloon. Think about it like that. Whenever you're hyper aware and it's causing you to panic, well, first, no, that's normal. That's why it's unfavorable. It doesn't feel good for a reason because it doesn't serve you. In that moment, just relaxing your body is enough. Just dropping your shoulders is enough, right? You have to trust where you're at in this. So in our membership today, someone said, I've been talking about positivity and positivity. I know that word got ruined over time, but I talked about being able to, when you find yourself dipping, to pick yourself up and just do anything. Put on some music and just start singing and you'll get yourself into a rhythm. And I had one person say, you know what? Yes, I'm starting to see that. I can start doing that now. I can pick myself up. And I had someone else say, for me, what feels best is kind of just laying here and settling myself down. And I said, see, this is where we have to understand that we're all in a different place. We're all at somewhere different in this. And one person may be at a place where sitting and relaxing is benefiting them more than picking themselves up when they find that dip to move, to pick up that positive momentum. You have to trust where you're at in this practice. You can't compare yourself to anyone. That's why I love my group, because everybody's at a different place in my group. Some people are exactly where I'm at, where we're like, all right, we're able to like catch those dips real quick, and we're in that positive momentum, and we're flowing, and we're moving towards more of what we want. Where someone else may say, you know what, I'm at this place where I'm kind of just chilling right now, and I'm loving just chilling, and it's feeling so good, just chilling, just sitting with my own energy, just meditating more, and kind of just relaxing more, you know, from time to time, move, but mostly I'm in this sit down, relax energy, and I'm like, you know what, that's where you're at. You have to trust where you're at. Where I have somebody else that's at the very beginning stages of this, and they're like, oh my God, these stories are killing me. Like, I can't do this. This is so hard. And I'm like, you got to stick with it. You got to stick with it. You got to keep calming your body down. Right now, the only thing you can do is relax your body, is soften your shoulders. So you get to see where everybody's at in my group. Everyone's at a different place in this. Some people are at the very beginning, and some people are manifesting. They're bringing these things in that they've been asking for. The things are starting to flow more. You got to trust where you're at, and you got to accept where you're at in order to move past it. Literally. So it's just cool to see that. For me, it's really cool to see, but it lets me bring to people's attention that you can never compare yourself to anyone ever again, because every single person person is at a different place in this. Even when I think somebody is on the same page as me with things, they're not. Nobody is. No, everyone's having a totally different experience than the next person. Thanks, Autumn. I know, I never wear long sleeves. I'm a short sleeve tank top kind of girl. But last night when I was getting I always get my clothes ready the day before. Most of the time I get my clothes ready the day before. And I'm like, what am I going to wear tomorrow? I was like, I'm feeling long sleeves. I want to wear long sleeves. And honestly, this shirt, the neck's just wide. It's not really a drop the shoulder, but it always drops the shoulder. So I was like, you know what? It's a drop the shoulder now. Frederica, yes, girl, yes. I love it. See, how amazing is that? How amazing is that? That's amazing to me. When someone says, I no longer react as bad to triggers, but I still react a little. I'll get there. Exactly. That's amazing. You should be so proud of yourself. Because only you can do it. That's what I tell people. Like, I can tell you what to do all the time, but my practices are very simple. They're very simple. And they will literally change your whole entire life in every area and aspect of your life. Your whole life's going to transform. You have to stick to it. You really have to stick to it. That's all. You just stick to it. I always say you got to want it, right? You got to want it. So when people start venting or telling me their problems, I'm like, listen, I can't help you, because venting keeps the story active. You got to start with not venting. We can't be venting anymore. We can't be speaking about our problems anymore. It will never go away. It will never go away if you speak about your problems. There's no way of getting around it. Today, I had someone, if you guys watched my TikToks, some asking an honest question saying like, I'm trying, I want to get this. And then someone else responded, I get it. I know what you're going through. And I said, see, even just that little vent there cause someone else a chain reaction. I know, my life's bad too. That's what it is. That's what venting does. We can't do it anymore when we know what we know now. Venting will keep you exactly where you're at in an unhappy situation. So I repeat, venting will keep you right where you're at in an unhappy situation. I know, Linda. I love it, Linda. You have come so far, Linda. Like, always making progress too, Linda. Like, constantly making new progress. What are your practices? I just got here. Hold on, pretty girl. My practices are knowing that everything you want to manifest is done. Everything. In the best way possible. Not just your manifestations, but your best life. It's making its way to you. You just have to make the best of where you're at now. Well, first you got to really want this. You got to want the change. You got to want to move towards best and better. You got to really want these things as well, which we know we all do, but do we? When we keep complaining of where we're at, we don't truly want it yet. We're not ready yet. So you got to want it, and then you got to stick to my practices, which is, my practices are easy. Make the best of where you're at in this moment, just living your normal life, living your everyday normal life, making the best of each moment. And when something pops up that doesn't feel good, one of these stories that don't serve you anymore, you got to practice non-reaction. Quiet, calm, relax your body, and allow that moment to pass. That's going to lead you to being more positive, and it's going to bring more positive in. What do you suggest if we're afraid to spend money as it causes anxiety? I wouldn't spend it. Mindful. I wouldn't spend it. I would just try to like make the best with what I had, even if it was $1. I would make the best. I would try like to make the best of what I had in my home and what I could do. That's my answer to that. If I had any anxiety spending it still, and I was still breaking down some limiting beliefs around money, I would not. It would cause me more resistance to spend it. So I would not spend it. I would barely spend it. I would just be super careful and just have fun with what I had. Hi, Emma. How are you, Emma? So if I'm still angry at my SP, meaning I'm not ready for him to come back. Exactly. If you're still angry at your SP, you're still living the old story. You're still creating more of the old story because you're reacting, right? That's not an experience you want to have where you're angry at anybody in a relationship. You want to have the most amazing relationship that you possibly can have, where you are a princess and they're treated the way they want to be treated in it. It's two-way street there. It's not just you're treated like a prince, if that's what you want, right? But you don't want to settle for less. Do you want to be being angry at someone is you're still living the old reality that doesn't serve you. That's all that is. Why do I try to be open and he is not open? That's a belief within you. You got to focus on yourself, Sonny. When it comes to a relationship, one of manifesting the best relationship, you really, and this is everything, guys, because everything's a relationship, right? It comes down to the same practice. You really gotta practice feeling good with where you're at. You gotta be okay with where you're at in order to bring in best and better, right? So that means, Sonny, just feeling good on your own, being able to find happiness in your everyday life, finding joy on your own, not needing someone or something to be a certain way for you to feel good. It'll never work that way. Your life will never change that way. If you're needing somebody to make you happy, I need them to be a certain way for me to feel good, it will not work. It will not. If it does, it'll be so temporary. You got to find happiness within. You got to find wholeness within. You got to do these practices so it can lead you to doing things that are in alignment with you, things that bring you so much joy that you are so happy and fulfilled that a partner can give those things to you as well, right? But right now, you're needing them to do it to fill a void. And that's not fair to anybody, right? It's not fair to you. It's not fair to them. You want to get out of those old patterns of this experience. Who said that? Oh my God, it's been so long. Hi, Princess Nia. I was going to delete them anyway, yeah. Yeah, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. That's the thing. You got to want this. If you don't want this, if you don't really want this, like this is something I want change, I want better, then you're not going to resonate with one word I said. You're going to be like talking smack on here, or you're going to get deleted really quick because that, so that's why we say, like, I won't force this on anyone. You got to want it. You got to want it. I don't really get mad at that kind of stuff, Rose, because they don't know what I'm talking about. I'm talking a completely different language to them, right? So it's just people just speaking, really. I don't let that bother me. My thing is, here's my thing. To anything that doesn't serve me, like something like a comment like that, I would never waste my energy on that because my energy is precious. My energy is valuable. That's why I won't waste my energy on an unfavorable story. I'm going to find any way, shape, or form to stay quiet in that moment, to calm myself down and to not engage with that, because my energy is precious. I'd rather give my energy to you guys that are interested in what I have to say, that do love talking about these things. I would rather give my energy to, you know, my audios and the things that I create for you guys, because that brings me joy. I would rather give my energy to singing and cleaning, because I love to do that. I'm not going to engage and give my energy to an unfavorable story, person, place, or thing. I would never do that. So if I ever have a moment of resistance, I am going to calm that down right there. I'm going to nick that in the bud right away, and I'm going to shift the momentum. Now I can do that a lot easier. Before, I would have to sit with it for a little bit and just calm myself down, because it would be really getting a hold of me, right? In the beginning it does, but that's why I said it's just about being consistent, really. Oh, of course, Stacy. Yeah, that's good. That's what it's for. These little reminders, right? I'm glad that I wanted it months ago. I love it, Nay. I love it, guys. I love hearing your stories. I love when you comment on my videos and you tell me your progress and you tell me how much your lives have changed. Please keep sending them. I love seeing it. It literally brings tears to my eyes when I see you guys and your lives are actually like truly changing. People are manifesting things all the time, but not just manifesting them. They're manifesting them in amazing ways. Like the stories aren't just like, oh yeah, I got this or I got that. It's like always something amazing. I had somebody like literally heal themselves from being sick, from like a physical, like that to me is amazing. Obviously, you're the one doing it. I'm just giving you the practices, but you have to want it, right? I can only say here, this is what worked for me, guys. If you resonate, you'll do it, right? Aw, Cece. Christine, I didn't say hi to you, Christine. Hi, Christine. Please give yourself grace when you are just starting out working through. Yes, without a doubt. Sincere says, please give yourself grace when you are just starting out. Working through programming is a process. Christine, were you here when I was talking about how everybody's at a different place in this? And that's what I was saying. I love the group because it gets to show where some people are at the very beginning. Some people are like right here in the middle where like they're getting it. They're still relaxing a lot. They're doing the relaxing practice. And some people are more like on that positive spectrum where they're like, okay, the dip, I can get out of it and I'm going. And like, that's where I'm at now. But you have to know that you are where you are and you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You can't be anywhere but where you are. And when you can accept that, you'll be moving forward so much quicker. You have to trust where you're at. And I love, 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 love. I don't want to say names on here because I want to keep the membership more private. But how one person in the membership said, you know what? I'm at a place where I'm just chilling and I feel good with that. I love that you guys are trusting yourselves, that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And just because you're able to pick up the positive momentum and I'm not there yet, I'm actually very comfortable and at peace with the relaxing part of it. And you're just and you trust yourself. And that's what it's all about. It's trusting exactly where you're at. And I know I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be because that's what actually moves you to the next spot so much quicker, right? Yeah. So Christine, I know it's funny because I notice if you in the group, Christine, if you check on the videos, you'll see comments underneath. That's how you can see it. I have to be able to like check my notifications because I don't want to miss anyone talking or asking questions, so I can like always clarify stuff. But yeah, you'll see it like on any video that I post, and look underneath, it'll say comments and you can check and see the conversations. It's just nice to see where everybody's at. Yes. Guys, I love this. This makes me so happy. Like I'm actually getting tears in my eyes because yous are so positive right now and yous are interacting in a positive way. Look, this is the difference. This is progress. Instead, like remember in the beginning when I used to talk about this stuff, people would just be talking about their problems and that's what would be and this is positive reinforcement. This is what it's all about. getting to a place where you're like, and then I just took a breath and it happened to me and I just relaxed. And this is literally what's going to change your life forever for the best. This is, you are going to move towards everything. Just know it. Like, I can see exactly where you guys are at. You are doing it, constantly showing up for yourself, doing these practices. You are literally going to be living your most amazing life. I'm telling you. And it's going to be such a snowball effect when you get to that other side of things. I'm telling you. I just love it. I love seeing it. Yes, Faith, yes. So for me, it was always like the relaxing. For me, it was always more physical. Like, I had to drop my shoulders to really kick in. Like the breathing, I don't know why. I guess the breath, I would take the breath too. So I would relax my face, I would hear a voice that said, when I would be going through something I didn't want to, I would hear, Kira, drop your shoulders. Like, my higher self was literally speaking to me, and I would just drop my shoulders and I would feel that relief, and then I'd start to feel better, and I was able to be positive and say, I know this is all moving me towards best and better. The thing about it is that we don't see anything right away. You're not going to see it. You're not going to believe it. You just have to, in those moments, you have to really trust, right? And you're only relaxing your body. That's all you're doing. So you don't even have to trust. Just in that moment, just soften your body and relax your body, because that's all you can do in those moments, right? When you're not trusting or believing in any of this. That's why I say you have to do it for a little bit to really even start seeing some changes in your life. Right, Frederica? Yes. And you know what's so funny? The more you guys do the shoulder thing and the face thing, and I don't know if you guys, anyone that's been doing it for a while, like I was like doing it all the time, I have no tension in my jaw anymore. Honestly, I have to remind myself to pick my shoulders up, stand straight now. Now I'm moving towards that, right? But I don't have any tension in my face anymore. I used to carry all my tension in my jaw. That's where I would stress when I would be worrying about life and things and just everything. And now I have none. I have nothing. And, you know, the shoulders too, just being more relaxed. So your body relaxes more. That's I got to get my charger. Unconditionally aligned, as Bashar says. Exactly, right, Faith? Yeah. At first, it's just, listen. See, it's blind faith. Who says blind faith all the time? It is at first. Because you're just like, okay, listen, what do I got to lose? I'm not going back to that old pattern. I'm not going back to that old thing. That doesn't serve me anymore. That doesn't feel good. And I want to feel good. So if I can only relax my body right now, and that's the best I can do, that's the best I can do, right? And it's huge because it's really, what's this? Oh, Emma! I'm so happy. I just read what you wrote. Yes, right, girl? Because you're so fulfilled now. And you're happy, right? Like, look, this is me getting teary-eyed. Because I look at it so much different. Because I'm so happy when you guys do it this way. Because you bring these things in and it's so much more fulfilling that it could ever be. And guess what? It's only going to get better now, Emmett. Like you have this relationship now and it's going to keep getting better and you're going to grow and expand with that relationship and it's going to be fun and amazing. Yeah, so now Emma has a story to share. And Emma is in our group, so you could probably learn a lot from Emma. And I know where Emma's at. Emma's at a very, very powerful place right now because she's in the more positive momentum. That goes to show her reflection right there. So I'm telling you right now, she's a good person to get some info from if she wants to share, if she's open to share. Oh my gosh, right, Frederica? Me too, girl. Me too. Me too. Like with digesting food and stuff like that. I can eat whatever I want now. Like I used to always say like, oh, I can't eat this or I can't eat that. I'm like, that's bullcrap. I can eat whatever I want now. I know. I know, Emma. I think you're very you're where I'm at with a lot of things. I resonate with a lot of things you were saying like today. Oh, I'm so happy, like literally. Hi, Artie from Chicago. I want to charge my phone before this dies. Hold on one second. I wonder if this will even reach. It might not reach. Oh no, it might reach. I might have to bring it down here. I have so many contraptions for my phone, like to put my phone on these stands. Hold on one second, guys. You're gonna have to like see the ceiling for just a second. I think that's charging. It's a weird angle, but we'll make it work. Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm so happy for you, Emma. You have no idea. Like, I am so happy for her. I feel like a mom. I feel like a mom. Like, when your kid tells you, like, something happened and you're just like, oh my God, I'm so happy. I have to go back to work. Oh, bye, Bella. Have a good day. So Emma, that was pure dedication to herself and sticking to these practices. Oh yeah, let's do it. We'll do a Zoom again. Linda. Maybe we could do one later tonight. I kind of want to see. I want to see when Trisha can get on, because I know she's got a lot of She missed the last one, and I know she was upset. We logged off, and she's like, I was trying to catch the end of it. I was just saying that, JM. But here's the thing about belief. This is how I explain belief. You don't believe it at first, so of course it doesn't matter at first, because you're not going to believe it. Don't worry about it. Don't try to make yourself believe any of it. Just keep focusing on these practices. Keep making the best of where you're at. Keep practicing I'm telling you, the only thing you have to do, JM, that's the thing about it is a lot of people are entertaining too much other stuff outside of them. Look at Emma's progress. She's a perfect example. She just did my practices. That's all she did. She did nothing else. She didn't do any other techniques or methods. She just did these practices and everything just unfolded naturally, right? So you're not going to believe. Who believes any of this stuff at first? You only have to want it. Emma wanted it. She knew what she wanted. Emma knew what she wanted it. She knew what she wanted it. She knew what she wanted, and that was enough for her. I know what I want. So she kept practicing non-reaction, making the best of where she was at. When she didn't feel good, stay calm, relax her body. Take the belief out of it, because you don't believe it anyway. So what's the point? Why? What? This is my thing about trying to believe something, and this is why I don't like doing techniques. Why are you wasting your energy on that? Why are you wasting your energy on manifesting one thing? I am going to do these techniques and things to get and do, first of all, because you don't have to do anything, to get this one little thing. When you could be doing my techniques and everything in your life will change for the best and continue to change and get better. You're going to start tapping into magic, literal magic, guys. I mean, you think it's magic, but it's not. It's what you are supposed to be experiencing here. You're supposed to be having the most amazing life while you're here, right? Oh, girl, I am literally so happy for you. You have no idea. And guys, like I say it all the time, and I love that people say like, thank you, but you, like I said, if it's basically here, this is what I have to offer. If you want to apply it. If you resonate, apply it. But in the end, it's literally all you, because only you can do it, right? Like, I can tell you what to do, but that's what it comes down to. Oh, good, Christine, yay! So let's try to shoot for later tonight for a Zoom. I'll post it in the group. And we'll try to, like, I don't know, is 6 o'clock a good time? I want to find out when Trisha can jump on. Because I know this helps her a lot, because she's in the beginning stages of this. I know, I just said her name, but she does kind of talk about it a lot on here and ask questions. I would like to try to do it to where she can get on tonight. Right, Mike? It really is. Right? Yeah, sincere. I mean, you think about it. Like, I didn't believe in half these things. I didn't believe that I could work from home and do what I love every day. Do you really think that I thought that for 1 second while I was working in my job that I just went to school for? That right before that, I literally went to school for a job that I was doing. And my thing was, I was always going back to school. I was always trying to find something that made me happy, and I was always never happy. I would be temporarily happy. It's because I knew deep down that there was more for me to have here. I knew that deep down. I knew there had to be more. There has to be more to life than just this, right? So I kept asking, I kept going within, and it led me to this, what I do now. This, like, I'm sitting here hanging out with you guys, loving my life. Like, literally, I love my life. Nobody can take that from me anymore. I found that peace within. No, nothing that feels unfavorable to me can affect me, because I know that if I just stay positive, something better is going to take its place always. Now I know that. Now I know it's all about getting yourself in those higher energies. In time, you will. But that's what these practices do as well, guys. Here's the thing. When those moments you don't feel good pop up, those old stories pop up, and you're staying calm, you're doing your best to not engage with them, which number one is not vent. If you're venting, I can't help you. By not venting, that's number one, going within and calming yourself down as much as possible. Then you start to feel better. Then you're in a higher energy. You feel so good. That's your manifesting power. That's when things are picking up momentum and you're like loving life. Things are good. You're an attractor. You're magnetic. Then it happens again. But guess what? You're not initiating with it. You're getting better at it. Till eventually those stories leave. You got to allow those old stories to get it to fade out of your life. You got to allow those old stories to dissipate from your life, right? Belief systems, stories, whatever you want to say. They don't serve you. It doesn't matter. If it doesn't feel good, it doesn't serve you. And that's what's automatically bringing in best and better. It is happening as you're doing it. It's happening right away. But you're still too focused on unwanted at first. That is normal. Very normal. You just gotta keep showing up for yourself and doing it. And eventually, like I said, this is going to get you to the other side of where you're always positive. You're always a positive person. You're like, okay, everything's good. You're literally like, you're on the clouds. You're Delulu, but that feels normal to you because you know how this works now. You've mastered it. People will think you're Delulu, but you don't feel it. I don't feel, like when people say, do you have to be delusional? You can't at first. I don't care what anybody says. You can't be delusional at first. You have too many unfavorable stories that are still popping up, right? Well, I shouldn't say you can't. Some people probably can. But people that find me can't. That's why they find me, because I'm teaching them how to not react to those stories, right? And then eventually, people are not going to get you because you know how this works now. You're like, I know, I just have to just stay positive in this situation. So if something pops up that normally someone would say, how are you not worried about that? And you're like, everything always works out for me. They're going to think you're nutty nuts. But you know how this works. You know it's going to bring in something better. So you got to that place where you get it. So nothing phases you anymore. Nothing affects you anymore. You're just consistently moving towards best and better. You finally master it. You get it. You know how this reality works. You crack the code. You crack the code. So based on Hawa is talking about the situation in a joking, light manner, keeping it alive. you have to, this is where you have to be honest with yourself, right? Only you know that. Are you truly being light about it and silly about it and able to just move on from it? Can you move on from it? Right? So it's really being honest with yourself. But yes, usually that is a good sign when you can be light about it and funny about it and just kind of like, oh, that was funny. Like if somebody in the beginning, more in like the middle stages for me, if somebody were to like cut me off, like driving, I'm just going to give a little example. I would be able to laugh it off. Like at first it would upset me, but then I'd be like, oh wait, that doesn't bother me anymore. I know not to take that personal anymore. I know that I could do the same thing in a minute later. Like I could do the same thing they did, or you know what I mean? Or that happened to me before. Like you can see it differently and you can be more light about it. So I believe that is actually helping you move out of those types of experiences. But it's really truly about being honest with yourself. Always ask yourself this, guys, am I in a good mood right now? Base it off your mood. That always helps me too. That's another way to check in with yourself. Am I in a good mood right now? Am I in a good, light, fun mood right now? I've always been a sarcastic, funny person like that. Just been able to be like, whatever. Like, they don't bother me. That didn't hurt my feelings. Like, I've always been able to do that. So I believe, Hawa, in my personal opinion, from my experiences, yes, that's a good place to be. Hi, Des. Will the meditations work if I have them in the background while watching TV? Yes, I love this question. And actually, I think this is a very good question. So Des says, will the meditations work if I have them in the background while watching TV? Yes, because that's how I mostly got where I am listening to Abraham. I never sat and listened to Abraham. I'm not really someone to sit and just like, I can't like read a whole book or listen to an audio or anything. Like I can't. Des, if you're this type of person like me, listen to them as you're falling asleep. But yes, as you're going throughout your day, that's fine. You can still listen to them as you're doing other things and as you're like just having your day, right? Doing your day. But a really good time for you, if you're someone like how I was, or I couldn't just sit and listen to something like a whole audio. Absolutely not. I can't read a book. I can't do it. My attention span it doesn't work that way. You would benefit from as you're falling asleep. But yeah, put it on low as you're doing other things. Yes, definitely. 100,000,000%. That's how I learned Abraham's stuff. Is I would catch the things I wanted to hear from it too. Like as I was going throughout my day, I'd be like, yeah, Abraham, you guys go to my TikTok and you'll see all my Abraham videos. They're short and to the point. I take out what I want to hear. I've always been that way. I'm a selective listener. I take out what exactly the most positive thing from something. That's why my affirmations and my meditations are so powerful, because I want the most unlimited information in my mind. I want unlimited. I don't want to like settle for anything less than something little, right? I am a millionaire. Like I want a zillionaire. Like what's the biggest word I can find? I tend to do it in my relationship, joking about things I don't like, but that's probably not great. Oh, excuse me. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I would consider that still reactive, Hawa. If you're like saying it like that, like sarcastic to someone, I would look at that more of reacting, like a little dig, right? Because that's you still trying to take control. You're still trying to, you don't have to do it that way. That's still like more of the old way we used to do things, by trying to like, this is how I want, like, I get what you're saying. If I'm reading that right, I wouldn't do it. Because I think that's still reacting a little bit. Yeah, Allie, like I listened to I used to go on vacation with my family for like a week, right? And I'd be listening to Abraham. Nobody knew. She was in my ear. I was dedicated. I listened to Abraham for like every single day, 24/7. for probably a year. I couldn't listen to her at my job for those 8 hours, 9 hours, sometimes 10 hours, because I couldn't, because I talked to people all day. But in the morning, Abraham. After work, Abraham. I would mix other people in it too, but Abraham was always my favorite. So yeah, that's what I did. And everything that I talk about is my interpretation of this, of how this all works. I've just been able to go within a lot, and it's very similar to Abraham though. I just know, it was enough to hear that we're unlimited. We can be doing anything we want, that, it's all about feeling good. Feeling good always stood out to me because I always resonated with feeling good because I was always a positive person. I always never let things bother me. Things always worked out. I was able to just not let things bother me. But when my whole life fell apart, things bothered me. But I think it also I was able to help people by going through those things the right way, my way, which is always staying quiet. I never talked to people about my problems. I was never a venter. I was never a gossiper. I just never resonated with drama. Like, it never felt good to me. I know we're supposed to feel good down, like in my soul. I know we're supposed to feel good. So I just resonated with Abraham so much. But of course I had to practice non-reaction because I had a lot of things in my life show up that didn't feel good. I had to do these I had to really stick to this. And I just wanted to live my best life while I was here. I want to live my best life. I don't want to settle for anything less in any area of my life. Also, Abraham's message is that it doesn't have to be hard to do these things, right? We don't have to work hard to achieve goals like we've been told. Like, you don't have to get up every day and hustle and set goals. That's still your programming. So I love the ease and flow of it. And that's how my life has unfolded to this point. Anything that I have created so far that is in alignment with me, that I actually really, you guys see it in real life because you guys resonate with it and see my TikToks, and if you're a part of my stuff, that has all been very natural. I'm telling you, zero effort at all. I have not done any hard work to get where I am. I haven't. The only hard work I did was practice non-reaction. That's the only hard work I did, was softening those moments when I wanted to literally break down. So instead of breaking down, I softened my body. That's why I know it works. Yeah, so that's the only hard thing I did, was practice non-reaction. Otherwise, it was a breeze. People say, oh, how did you do this? And how did you create this? Guys, I can't tell you. It was a breeze. Everything just unfolded for me. When I show people, I show my kids because they're my people, they're like, whoa, they can't believe all the stuff that I created, all these albums and all these covers and my own this and my own that. And it just all just happened. It just unfolded so naturally for me. No effort. I promise you, it was zero effort. I just remember I'm going to start doing lives in our membership, and I was playing around with that. Guys, nothing cost me a dime either. Zero. I've been led to everything, not having to pay I didn't have to pay for anything. I'm telling you, you have a path that is best for you, that it will match wherever you're at. It will match wherever you're at. Now, I have money now, and I'm not in that old program. I can pay for things now, but at one place I couldn't. So everything had to come in where I was at, and it did. It was so effortless. It was so easy, right? So you got to just keep doing these practices and show yourself how easy this can be for you. You're so unlimited, and always remind yourself that. Put that into your mind whenever you start to feel struggle and you start to feel like things are getting hard and I'm making it too hard. I'm running on a program right now. That's what I always say. We're all running on some type of a system or a program that doesn't work for us anymore. There's easier ways to do things. There's easy ways to do things to the point where you don't have to do anything. I'm not kidding. You're going to be sitting here like me, doing lives, just chilling, right? I'm hanging out with my friends, literally. The Zooms are so much fun. We have so much fun in them. Yes. It's all an illusion, but you're here to have this experience. I get the fact that, we're told this is all an illusion, this is all a dream, but you came here to experience this dream. You came here to experience this life, right? So I went down that path as well. It's all just a dream. This is all an illusion. And it's not well, that just takes the fun out of it all. Like, this is supposed to be fun. You're supposed to be having yes, like, you can lighten it up in times that you don't feel good and remind yourself it's just an illusion, it's just a dream. But in the fact of the matter is, I'm here to have a great time. On the other side is when I'm going to be relaxed and just sitting back, right? But right now, I want to enjoy it in any way, shape, or form that I can. That's how I always look at it, Liv. Like, knowing that, of course, yes, we know it's an illusion. We know it's a dream now. We know that. But I'm here to have these experiences with my physical hands, right? And I think I'll have... Oh, I love that, Ellie. I used to always say, I love you, Abraham. Just think, we all are that, right? I'm reading some of your questions. Linda, I think you would like Abraham. Are you asking if you should start listening? It's just something good to listen to. It's something just like positive to listen to. I have some things on here you can find, Linda, on TikTok, on my playlist. You could probably just scroll through them. Just listen to some of the things that she says. But you don't need to listen to it. You don't need to. It's just positive stuff. Same with Eckhart. Eckhart, he has great things like I just like their quotes and stuff. I love their quotes. So you could even just like listen to their, read some of their quotes. Like if you have something that pops up, even on TikTok, some things that he says, I like that Abraham's Bashar stuff. By not speaking about it, Tony, by not speaking about it. So instead, like, you have to quiet it down. That's the only thing you can do. You have to stop engaging with that, right? So just when someone says, how do I handle I keep being accused, you first of all have to silence that. You have to silence that. So don't speak about it to anyone. Don't vent about it to anyone, not even me. You can't even vent to me about your problems because it's going to keep it active. When we speak about our problems, when we speak about the things that don't feel good to us, that don't serve us, you literally keep them here. They can't go anywhere because they're just so much in your awareness, Tony, right? You're the one that creates your own reality. You're the focuser in your reality. So this has your awareness right now. So you have to, Tony, you have to do my practices, which at first, Tony, it's really just relaxing your body. So when this story keeps popping up, you got to find a way to soften your body, relax your body. Do not engage with that. Get yourself very calm and say, I disagree. I disagree. I disagree. And just walk away. Listen, you can walk away. You can. And if they text you, that's better. So if you're in face-to-face with someone, I would rather you walk away from the story and text, because you can calm yourself down behind a phone, right? And you can say, okay, sounds good. And you can just keep moving forward with that. You really have to try your best not to engage with that belief system there that's popping up, right? You know what's so funny, Ellie? So I used to listen to Eckhart all the time. I liked Eckhart. And I said, I think because I have that way about me where I'm very relaxed, like I'm calm, and I don't really watch anything on TV or anything. So I would listen to him a lot driving to work and stuff. And people would say, I don't know how you can listen to him. He's too slow for me. He's too slow. But I don't know. I liked that about him. He always took those pauses. And he always went within before he answered people's questions, which I always loved. You know what's funny about that? When people ask me questions, not so much now because I'm more clear on this stuff and better at explaining it. That's how I would answer my questions for people. I would pause in between and I would go within and feel that intuitive, like get that intuitive answer. So the best thing you can do right now, Tony, is to just soften your body. I just always say, like, sometimes you're like, you might seem silly, but you're smiling and you're just like, yeah, okay. Okay, if you feel that way, that's fine. And just get away from this situation. If it's like right in your face, the best you can do is get away from that situation. And like I said, it's going to stay active, so you're probably going to get a text because it's just active. It's just in your awareness. But it's easier on the other side of a phone or an email than face to face, right? And then you can just soften your body and say, okay, I understand, whatever's best for you. Like, you just got to find a way to soften it. Like I said, it really doesn't matter what you're saying. You know now that you're moving towards best and better. So you have to know that as well. Like, I know I'm moving towards best. I know how this works. I know that I just got to try to find a way to not engage with this thing that is in my awareness, right? Yes, everything's meditative with him. But his words are very wise. Like, everything that I see from him, it's right. He talks a lot. He's all about the present moment. He's all about accepting where you're at. As soon as you accept where you're at, it can start to improve. As soon as you can understand that and I agree with this, you plan to be exactly where you are in this moment. Everything's going according to plan. You are going at your own pace. And Abraham says the same thing. That's why they're a lot alike, because the way they teach this is it's gradual. It's not a shock to your system. It'll never really work that way. Like, you got to really just move out of these things gradually to really start experiencing your best life. So for me, it's really about knowing that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be in this moment. I plan to be exactly where I'm at in this moment. Everything's going according to plan, because this is exactly where I plan to be. And all you guys that are getting my meditations, which I'm so happy about, you're going to hear a lot of what I'm saying over and over again, like this. It's the same thing I'm saying. You plan to be exactly where you're at in this moment. I can only be right here in this moment. And this is where I plan to be in this moment. So everything's going according to plan. So it's very repetitive like that. Along with the universe wants to spoil me. There's some really good ones in there. You'll love it. I'm so happy that you guys are getting them. I have accept what is tatted on my... Oh, I love that, Liv. I love that. Yes, Tony, that's a program. Tony says, I feel the need to defend myself. Yes, that's a program. That's a belief system. That's wanting you to do that, to keep you in that pattern. So just relax your body and say, I don't have to defend myself anymore. I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to. I know what's on the other side for me. I know amazing things. I know who I am. I know what I'm moving towards. I know I'm here to live an amazing life, right? I know that I don't have to explain myself anymore, right? I know we all feel that same old way of life of always having to explain ourselves. It's such a waste of energy. It's such a waste of your time. And you don't have to do that anymore, Tony. You know who you are. You know you're an amazing person. You know you're a good person. You know you're moving towards best and better. Just quiet down in that moment and just let that experience just leave you. I used to feel that I had to yeah, we all did. And you know what? You will do it. You will for a little bit. It's okay. It's okay. You'll realize afterwards, like, oh, I didn't even have to do that. It doesn't matter that you did it. Just, you'll know afterwards, you'll be like, oh wait, I don't have to even do that anymore. I don't have to explain myself to anyone anymore. I don't have to do that anymore. These stories that feel so scary right now, guys, the more you do these practices, are going to be gone. They're going to be so far away from you that you're going to be like, wow, you're going to laugh at them. That's when you're really going to laugh. You're going to be like, wow, my life is nothing like that moment that I thought my whole life was falling apart, right? And you're going to be like, wow, I did it. Hi, Brenda. What I've realized is that everything's happening for your best. So you really have to get out of the way because you can't see the big picture. So when you think that maybe you're not getting enough money at the time, there may be other reasons why. It's not best for you to get that money right now because there's other players involved. So you need to keep doing these. There's other things involved. I don't want to say players, but there's an orchestration happening that you can't see. Do not get upset. You have what you need right now. You have everything you need right now to keep moving towards what's best for you. That's all you need to know. The reason why might not be what you think of, oh my God, why not I got more money? Why am I a millionaire yet? Trust me, it'll come in the right timing. But it may not be time for you right now because of other things that are involved that have to work themselves out of your life, right? So that's what I started to realize. Like, you think it's happening to you. It's not, guys. It's really not. I promise you. You have to keep releasing these things that don't really match this best reality. You have to keep releasing them so they can exit your life so you can bring in the better and best. So don't always think it's there to hurt you. Trust me, it's for you. I promise you it's all for you. I know it's hard to trust in those moments when we feel like, I've been doing all this for so long. Like, why am I not a millionaire? Don't compare yourself to anyone. Your path is your own path for a reason. Everyone has a different path. Everyone has different belief systems that they're trying to release, right? So we're all different for a reason. But I'm telling you, if you keep doing these practices, you'll start to see that I'm exactly where I am supposed to be in this moment. I can't be anywhere but where I'm at in this moment. And I am doing amazing. I really am. I'm doing amazing. Give yourself way more credit. Hi, Patrick. How are you, Patrick? Right, Lalani? Hi, Tia. So that's what I did, guys. Thanks, Pixie. That's for me. I followed a lot of people, but my favorites were always Joe Dispenza, Eckhart, and Abraham. And Bashar came later for me. We were talking about that in the Zoom. How Bashar actually came later for me, which is funny. I always wonder why. I wonder why he came later. Maybe I wasn't ready for him. I think because when you find Bashar, you are more able to, I think, address those belief systems. Where with Abraham, it's more soft, and Eckhart, it's more of just accept where you're at. You're exactly where you plan to be, and it's more of a non-reaction practice. I think when you find Bashar, he's like, listen, that belief, that's not serving you. It's not working for you anymore. And you have to, like he almost says, face your beliefs in a way. I never had to really face my beliefs. By that point, I was already soft and relaxed and practiced non-reaction enough to where I was able to stay positive. But that's why I think he comes a little bit later, right? And he talks about like a lot of other stuff that I don't resonate. We were talking about that in the group that I'm not into like the alien stuff. I'm not afraid of it. I don't not believe in it. I just don't. Like, I don't want to say I don't care. Like, this is where I'm at. I like talking about this kind of stuff, helping people live their best lives, the life you came here to live. He talks about that happening later anyway. So I'm like, I don't need to hear that right now. I just need to get everybody out of these belief systems that don't serve them so they can really start living the life they came here to live. This unlimited, free life that they came here to live. Yeah, no, like I absolutely love him. I love what he says. But yeah, I think you're right. You're right, Pixie. I never looked at it like that. But yeah, he does. He's more of like, this is the way it is, which is good. I like it. But at first, some of the things he said, I was like, no, you don't have to face your belief systems, because that's not how I did it. I did the more soft approach, I guess. I did the more girly approach, I guess. Nah, there's no. Like, even when it comes to feminine and masculine, like, I find that to be more of, like, a role you chose to play here. Like, because everything's just energy. Everything else is just meanings placed on it. So I even believe that, kind of when it comes to feminine and masculine. Like, I chose to be feminine. Like, I like being a girl. Like, I love it. I love everything about it. I've always been feminine. I've always been told I've been feminine before I even knew about energies. I just always been told, like, you're so feminine, you're so girly, you're so dainty, like, and I've always been that way. So I think that's just a role that I chose to play while I'm here, and that's as far as I take it. So, but I also have that way about me. I've always been like blunt too. So you don't have to be just like this or just like that. So that's why I don't get too stuck on meanings of things, because then it's like I can only be like this and be like this, and well, no, I also like being, this is how it is, and this is how it is, right? I like that too about me. So I don't get too caught up in those too many things, like meanings like that, right? Like, I just want to be me. That's what I try to always say. Like, I think when you're living a life in alignment and you're feeling good, you just fall into who you're like the most authentic version of you. When you're not afraid to be you and express yourself without thinking, being too much in your head space, that's just you in alignment, right? There's really, yes, I may be more feminine, I may be more this than that, but I try not to get too wrapped up in that, right? Hopefully that makes sense. Luna the black cat. How do you give a shout out? Shout out to Luna the black cat. I always think of shout outs like that was like when we would listen to the radio back in the day, right? They would say shout out to my girl, or shout out to whoever. No problem, Luna. Oh, Dada gotta be me. I will, Mike. Dada gotta be me. Is it a song? Yeah, so like I feel like the more you like you start to just resonate with the certain ways people are living their lives. That's how I look at it. So the more I did these types of practices, I was opened up to like, oh, you could have this type of experience. So that's how I looked at it. More of like, you know, you could have this type of a relationship or that type of a like you could have those types of experiences, not so much of like I have to be like this or I have to be like that or right like that. Oh, Nicole, I love hearing that. That makes me so happy. Oh, Des, yeah. I guess like that's what I used to say, Des. It's so funny. I don't want to change. Like I used to think that in my mind. Like when I would, not that I don't love all of them, but I still want to be able to be me. Like I want to be friendly like I am. And I don't want it to ever turn into like a business, like, or like me just like, this is how it is. Like I always say, guys, like you'll never see me at a desk, like just okay, guys, this is how we manifest. Number one, right? Like not knocking anyone who does things like that, but I want to be able to just be comfortable and be me and talk to you guys like, because you are my friends, right? I want to be able to just 100% be myself without having to go to like be too serious, I guess. Which I guess at times I can be serious, but you know, I guess there's a time and a place. Yeah, there you go, Patrick. Patrick said, Kira's feminine, but don't try her. Now, Mike, I'm trying to remember it. Me and my daughter always sing this song. I just want to be me. Like we make up our own song. We always say, I just want to be me. Like, leave me be. I just want to be me. All right, I think I am going to jump off and, all right, I'll check it out, Mike. I hope I remember. Oh my goodness. Oh, Dada. I am going to jump off here. Oh wait, and now I want to like write it down. Oh, Dada. What's it called? Dada. Because my memory is, it's like I remember for 1 second and then gotta be me. Okay. Yes, Liv, I'll be back tomorrow, definitely. And for all you guys who are in the group, I will set up a Zoom for us later. I want to see when Trisha can get on because I know she missed the last one. So I'd like to get more organized with that. In at least that one thing, I can probably start setting a time. But I mean, listen, if you do these things enough, you don't need to set a certain time. That's how I look at it. And like, if you're in it, it's meant to be. If you're not, it's not meant to be. So like, I keep playing around with that because I don't like to stick to too much of a schedule. I don't want to be, I like to change things up. But then I'll stick on a little routine for a little bit. Then I like to switch it up a little because I like that change, right? Because then it gets very like this, right? And then you're like, God, why am I feeling like in a rut? Oh, it's because you're doing the same damn thing every day, all the time, right? All right, that's it. I'm going to jump off, guys, and I'll see you guys later who is in the group. Otherwise, I'll see the rest of you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Thanks again. Okay, Emma, yes, you'll get on one for sure. Oh, bye, LJ. All right, guys, I'll see. Patrick, it's in the membership. It's in the membership if you're in the membership. Click in the link if you're interested. Check it out if you're interested. Bye, guys.